think this is 68 years now, the 68 colours match, so it's been going for a long time.
Undoubtedly, the players' highlight of their season to play in the colours match. It's one of the unique things about being a university student and playing your rugby in university.
College rugby is the most amazing thing I think about college. The girls here are just so incredible. They really help bring you up when you're just not feeling great, and college is really, really hard. It's also just a great break to talk to people outside of your course when you're in college rugby, because there's all walks of life on our team.
It's so much fun playing college rugby compared to club rugby as well. There's it's a lot less pressurised environment, so players can try new positions, or they can play with a lot more freedom.
Both sides have sort of provincial players and players who have represented the country, so the standard is really high. When it comes to colours, the competitive level goes up an extra few gears, and then just the energy around the place is just incredible.
Yes, the quality of the AL this year has been as high as I can remember it. Any team can beat any team on their day, and that's been shown in the results all year, and I'm sure the game against UCD will be the same. Hopefully a few of the Leinster lads are back for both teams, and the match is as high a standard as possible, so really looking forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to College Park, Dublin 2 for today's annual UCD Dublin University Colours game. We're delighted to have you here on a very wet but not too windy evening here in the centre of Dublin, and with me on comms today I'm joined by Justin. Justin, great to have you here tonight.
Absolutely amazing to be here for the 68th colours match between Trinity and UCD, and just as the stats go, UCD have won 39 of them, Trinity have won 24. There's been 4 draws, an average scoreline of UCD 14, Trinity 11. However, in the last 9 occasions, UCD have won 5 and Trinity have won 4, with an average scoreline of 21 points to 18. And on top of that, there hasn't actually been a colours game since 2019 due to the pandemic. A lot of these players are getting their first colours experience out here today, and it's bound to be an absolute ripper.
And it is in fact a double header as well tonight, Justin, because they are playing for the Dudley Cup, a very, very prestigious cup in Irish University rugby, and again Trinity are the current holders of that, so UCD are looking to take both back from them tonight.
It's going to be very interesting, and also so much talent in both these teams. UCD have got quite a lot of changes since their fixture against Garryowen last week when they came out on top. A few Leinster players playing for them, and have also recalled James Collan, who just today got announced as the under-20s Six Nations player of the campaign. And we look at University College Dublin. They are captained by Jack Ringrose, their left winger. Their loose head prop is Chris Hennessy. Bobby Sheehan is their hooker, who has scored 4 tries this season. Their tight head prop is Evan Coyle. Mark Morrissey, also part of that under-20s Grand Slam winning team this year. Jonathan Fish is the number 5. Sean O'Brien is also an ex-Irish under-20. Watch out for Keane Riley, the open side flanker. James Collan, who played in all 5 games in the under-20 Six Nations. Patrick Patterson, watch out for him, he's scored 5 tries this season, Leinster capped and Munster capped. Tim Corkery, also a former Irish under-20. James Tarrant, the inside centre. David Ryan has scored 8 tries this season in the AIL. Watch out for right winger Dylan O'Grady, who's also an Irish under-20. Chris Cosgrave played for Leinster on the weekend, and the left winger Jack Ringrose. On the bench we have Killian McQuaid, Jack Boyle, also an Irish under-20 representative, along with big Rory Maguire. Jerry Yull is the reserve lock. Richie Fahey, experience at 9. Luke Maloney and Ross Deegan, who has played some rugby in Spain.
Yeah, that squad and team just ooze talent all over it when you look at it. A lot of senior Leinster Cup players in there, a lot of Irish 20 players in there, a lot of experience. And again, you know, when you look at it on paper, you kind of wonder why UCD are not probably in the top 4 hunt at the moment. But when they have players available to them and they can put a team on the park like that, Kevin Croke, the head coach, must be absolutely salivating with what a squad he can put out tonight. Now, Justin, now we've had a look at the UCD team, we'll just have a look at how Dublin University will line out tonight. So we're just going to pull it up on screen.
So Dublin University, their loose head prop is Bart Vermeulen. He is from Belgium. Mark Nicholson is the hooker. Thomas Connolly is the tight head prop. Harry Sheridan, an ex-Irish under-20. Jamie Beresford, the flying Scotsman, is the number 5. Aaron Coleman is the blindside flanker. Alan Francis is the open side flanker. Diarmuid McCormack is the number 8. And then the vice captain, Louis O'Reilly, and the captain, Mihal O'Kennedy, who's been in really good form this season. He did have a few injuries at the beginning of the season. Gavin Jones is the inside centre. Luis Faria is a former Grand Slam winning Irish under-20. Ronan Quinn is the left winger. Watch out for him. Zing Zang. Rob Russell is a Leinster representative,
team for tonight.
as well as Max O'Reilly.
UFC.
Ben Knoll,
Number 1,
ladies
Chris
rugby at
Hennessy.
school,
Number
back in
2,
South Africa
Bobby
for Bishops.
Shields. Number 3,
Giuseppe
Evan
Coyne
Boyle. Number
is the
4,
reserve prop,
Mark
along with
Morrissey.
Thomas Clarkson.
Number 5,
Jody
Jonathan
Booth
Fish.
is the number 19.
6,
Cormac
Sean
King is the
O'Brien.
reserve scrum off.
Number 7,
Aaron Egan
Keane Riley.
has actually scored 5
Number
tries
8,
this season,
James
and he
Conrad.
scored the winning
Number 15,
points against
Chris
Lansdowne
Cosgrave.
earlier in the season
Number
away
14,
from home.
Dylan
And
O'Grady.
watch out for Matt
Number
Youngman.
13, David Ryan. Number 12,
Again,
Jake
absolute
Coward.
talent oozing
Number
across
11,
that side
Johnny Rose.
as we try and compete here with a very enthusiastic PA guy beside us. We would like to thank those who put the speakers right beside where we are, Justin. It's going to be interesting this evening. But something we were chatting about beforehand, the youth in this team. There are no people on the UCD team who have won a colours game before, and there's only a handful on Trinity, I believe.
Ross Deegan.
That is correct, but that's also due to the pandemic. There hasn't been a colours fixture since 2019, and it's quite hard to believe that it's almost been 3 years
Number 15,
of no colours
Matt
rugby.
Ryan.
It was the 4th of April 2019 when Dublin
14,
University
Rob
beat
Russell.
UCD 18 points to 12.
Number 13, Luis Faria.
We've got quite a lively cheer section here beside us tonight, so folks, if there is any slightly unparliamentary language during the game, we do apologise. We will try and mute our mics for that. But again, decent crowd here in College Park tonight. The rain may have put 1 or 2 off, but I'm sure as kick-off is looming, the crowd will swell a little bit.
Number 5, Jamie Beresford.
And also just within this colours fixture as well, so many subplots when you think of the AIL in general. It's the penultimate round. You got Dublin University who are in 6th place, Young Munster and Cork Con just ahead of them. And if Dublin University can win their last 2 games in the AIL, they might just crack position 4th. If they really step up tonight and next week, they've got to go against Garryowen away from home after this fixture. And we just see their heart ties that you see Young Munster in 5th position with 10 wins, Dublin University just behind them with 9. And Cork Con, but actually if you look at this table, Clontarf and Lansdowne are the only sides who are confirmed to be in the playoff numerically wise. Trinity College, Cork Con, Young Munster, Dublin University all still in the hunt. And 1B is also quite similar when you look at how Wesley are doing, where they've won 15 out of their 16 games. But just fascinating, and it's so great that rugby is back after the pandemic, and a season like this has been absolutely fantastic.
It was interesting. I was speaking to Kevin Croke pre-game, and I happened to mention to him, I said, look, let's be honest with you, you cannot qualify for the playoffs. Mathematically, yes, but highly unlikely you're not. That should even ease your focus for tonight's game. And he just said, not a hope. It wouldn't matter whether they were first or last in the league. This is a colours game. Everything else is out the window. And as we can see, Croaky there walking in front of us, wearing the shorts on a wet night like tonight. tonight, braver man. And I was talking to you beforehand, he's a guy with a lot of colours experience. I can remember seeing games when he was playing for UCD in the back row, and crikey, there was nobody else on the park. It was just like he was the only man there. An absolute monster of a player. So folks, we're just waiting on the sides to come out here tonight, and we'd like to also tonight make sure we want to thank our match sponsor AIB, and with that in mind we're just going to play a little advertisement from tonight's match sponsor. We'll be back to you in 2 minutes.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future. More supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
And again, thank you to our matchday sponsors AIB. Without their generous support, this stream would not be possibly brought for free to all of our viewers around the globe. Again, leave a little message in the chat function tonight. Let us know where you're watching from. Colours games always attract some great varsity watchers all around the globe. Again, Justin, you can hear that there's little rumours now starting to spread around the ground. Word has got out that Thomas Clarkson's been called up and is not here tonight. How do you think that's going to affect Thomas, of course, being called up for Leinster tomorrow against Munster? How do you think that might affect how Trinity approach this game?
Well, it's interesting you brought that up. You know, if you just traditionally look at these fixtures, they're really so tight. And you know, the last 10 minutes, the last 15 minutes of the fixture, you look to bring on some heavy cavalry and really exert yourselves. But with that comes an opportunity for Jack Dunn's younger brother, Max Dunn, and it'll actually be his AIL debut if he gets out onto the park in a colours fixture. So what an opportunity that is.
Unbelievable. It's a bit of a storybook script to actually be called in the last minute for your first colours cap. And as we can see here, we can hear some Thunderstruck being pumped out in the background. The all white of Trinity are now edging their way to the pitch, walking out from the pav, followed by the light blue of UCD, who are having a gentle jog. Trinity are resolute in their focus. It's a slow walk to ACDC's Thunderstruck.
So Trinity make their way out onto the park, captained by Miol O'Kennedy, who has scored 76 points this season, including one try. And they'll be absolutely pumped, going for their third consecutive colours victory.
And now we can see in the background, emerging from the trees, just crossing in front of all the tourists, UCD here entering the pitch.
UCD captained by Jack Ringrose in his third colours appearance, and none of these UCD players have actually won a colours fixture, and that can partially be explained by the pandemic as well, but there might just be that little bit of extra motivation. But then on the other hand, Trinity have a top four to worry about in the AIL as well, and they want to win their third consecutive colours fixture.
Yeah, we're all set here. We're just waiting on our referee, Porrick Reedy, here to get us underway.
Will be James Tarrant to get this fixture underway. The inside centre has scored 81 points this season, including 4 tries, and he was really good in that Gary Owen victory last week at the Bowlfield Bowl. UCD also haven't won at College Park since 2016, if you include the AIL as well.
And the rain is actually just starting to stop here, I think that's a bit of an oxymoron. The rain is just stopping here, so we could have a dry game. Let's hope so.
UCD versus Trinity, James Tarrant and Sheridan, the big number 4. O'Reilly for Bartford Mullen. It's tackled by Coyle. O'Reilly Kennedy. Good hands by Gavin Jones. And Luis Faria that time with the carry. So it's really physical in these opening few seconds of this fixture. Good defense by UCD. Lee O'Reilly with the box kick. And it's a tester that is brilliantly taken by UCD. Impressive stuff. But Harry Sheridan trying to get the turnover. Here's O'Brien, the number 6. Paddy Patterson, Corkery, and here's O'Grady now, slipping out of the tackle, and UCD have the penalty. So it was a wonderful take under pressure, and Chris Cosgrave will have a shot at goal. 52 points in the season, including 2 tries. We played against Connacht on the weekend as well. It's an opportunity to open up the account for UCD. Chris Cosgrave. Absolute class by the fullback. It's UCD 3, Trinity 0. What an opening few minutes.
15, Chris Cosgrave. UCD 3, Trinity 0.
So Kennedy, the Trinity skipper, with the restarts. UCD do well. Paddy Patterson at scrum off.
We're just having some slight technical difficulties with the scoreboard, Justin. As I said to you, we tested beforehand that was working, but I knew it always catches me out, so we'll try and fix that, folks at home, with the next break in play.
Yes, Bart Vermeulen now, tackled by Collan. O'Reilly to Beresford. And Nicholson, the hooker. O'Reilly once more. O'Kennedy. And the fullback, Max O'Reilly. Super carry by Connolly. O'Kennedy, this is really good play, the granddad. Beresford, and it's play on for Sheridan. There's an overlap. And they work the short side, Trinity, but that ball's gone forward. Some encouraging signs in that Trinity attack. And Trinity, well, they've really been good in the scrum this season in 1A. UCD against Garryowen, winning 4 out of 5 on their own feed. And they also got a tight head and penalty against the Garryowen scrum. Also won 3 games on the bounce, including a draw, UCD, and they've got a penalty at scrum time. And that'll be a confidence booster because they know the Trinity pack is very robust. And Tim Corkery will look to find some distance. Probably not his best. But UCD have the lineouts on the 10-metre line, and up goes Fish for Paddy Patterson, Tim Corkery, and Collan the number 8, over that advantage line he goes. And Trinity doing well to slow the ball down. It's Bobby Sheehan. Support from his tight head prop in the form of Evan Coyle. And here's Morrissey. The Grand Slam under 20 winner. Bobby Sheehan delivers it to Colhan. Paddy Patterson, Tim Corkery, Cosgrave. Goes for the educated boot, and that's gone too far from the fullback. Referee today, Porrick Reedy. Actually refereed the Junior Cup final back in October in 2021, where Newbridge College beat Backrock in that historic Junior Cup, Leinster Junior Cup game.
Okay, and we've got the scoreboard back working again. Sorry about that, folks, and some dodgy camera work while I was trying to fix the scoreboard. I do apologise.
So 5 out of 5 at scrum time last week against Ballinahinch. Trinity on their own ball. And that's a very solid scrum. It's looking promising, but it's gone forward. And that's an uncharacteristic error by Trinity.
But I do admire the bravery looking to attack that short side early on. You know, they're willing to take chances here. They're going to try and move UCD around the park a bit. And again, Trinity are a side that they're quite happy just to keep ball and just keep moving their opposition from side to side to side and actually wait for the gaps to open rather than forcing gaps themselves. They're a very, very patient, disciplined side.
Absolutely devastating backline, UCD. Cosgrave and O'Grady. Patterson, Tarrant, a little dink over the top. This is a tester. And it could go anywhere. And it's a nice gain for UCD. Fish for Ryan and Riley this time. Keane Riley, the open side flanker. Patrick Patterson, who's scored 5 tries this season. He's a live wire of a number 9. And here's Sean O'Brien. Patterson for Corkery and Sheen. Patterson once more, flirting nicely. Cosgrave. Colhan, the number 8. Evan Coyle, beautiful play. Morrissey, the lock forward, wonderful hands. It's David Ryan who's looking for his 9th try of the season.
Ringrose has space on the outside if they can see it.
And that's a massive win for Trinity. Under all that pressure, it was looking so promising. And really good hands by Morrissey as well, the number 4.
Five or 6 minutes in here, UCD are looking the slightly more lively with ball in hand. As there's some running repairs going on, and again, as I said to you, Ringrose had actually worked himself out on that touchline. He had a lot of space for either a pass or a kick through. He would have beaten the man if it had turned, and I think they probably played out one phase too many there.
To see,
but it's interesting to see as well, Corkery, you know, seeing that Trinity were kind of defending fairly flat off first phase and tried the little dink over the top. You know, early on, see what they're like, little testers, great idea.
Kennedy finds touch. And Trinity, while on their own ball against Ballinahinch last week, they had 19 lineouts, winning 15 of them. And their main go-to player at lineout time is big Harry Sheridan, the Ulsterman. And that's a good take by Coleman. But it is a skew throw. Very uncharacteristic by Trinity. A few errors creeping into their game, and that'll be concerning for coach Tony Smith.
Just looking around the ground here, just the crowd's definitely swelled in the last 5 or 6 minutes. They're kind of too deep at most places now around this hallowed pitch here in Dublin city centre. A few drops of rain starting to fall as well.
Paddy Patterson with the feed. Tarrant's ball to David Ryan. He's had a good few touches so far in this fixture. O'Brien hitting the line at pace. Patrick Patterson. Corkery for Cosgrave. He's got electric feet. And that's good defence by Trinity. Corkery once more. Patterson, beautiful skip ball to Bobby Sheehan. David Ryan. So much possession. It's Sean O'Brien. And they've got to make this count. They've got to make the pressure count, UCD. Morrissey. Paddy Patterson. So dangerous around those fringes. And Bobby Sheehan is looking for his 5th try of the season. And there's space on the left here. And shots from the crowd.
UCD with advantage.
Jonathan Fish, the number 5. And poor Rick Reedy will have a decision to make, the referee.
I don't think he'll show him yellow for that. He might just have a quick chat. But again, look, it's great patience by UCD, just going through the phases, not being worried, moving him from side to side, looking for some space to open up. A little snipe thrown in there by the 9 as well. You know, they are kind of soft off the edge of those rooks in defence.
So Corkery going for the corner. It's UCD 3, Trinity 0. And they're looking to strike. Up goes Jonathan Fish. Bobby Sheehan is at the back of that maul. And he's looking for the opening try of the fixture. Pressure on Trinity on the home side. Chris Hennessy with the carry. Can UCD put the hammer down? Really close. And they're keeping it at close quarters. Another pick and go. Just have to keep their patience, UCD, but they've got the penalty. And Trinity will have to be careful here with their discipline.
And again, sorry folks, we are operating on top of scaffolding there. I know some people had lost picture for a couple of minutes. We do apologise. We just had somebody pull out one of our cables, but we managed to get it back in there now, so we do apologise for that. It's unfortunately not the pro setup we're normally used to here, Justin. We're very much roughing it here on the scaffolding today.
In glorious weather. So, UCD looking for a score. And it's an overthrow. Bart Vermeulen comes to the rescue and gets the turnover for Trinity. And this is beautiful rugby from their own 22. And that is very unfortunate. That ball going forward. Had the correct idea.
While we have this momentary break in play, Justin, it's actually something we probably should call out early on. Local rules here in College Park, for those who are unaware, if the ball hits the overhanging trees on the pitch, it is out. It is not playable. So that was actually a perfect opportunity for Trinity to sit back and play the branches, as they say here. But they tried to turn it into a counter, and UCD get the break and are still in the Trinity 22, about 10 from the line.
And we'll have a reset. Poor Ekridi, not satisfied. And this will be very interesting later on in this fixture. Jack Boyle and Rory Maguire, both on the bench for UCD. Part of that incredible Irish under-20 side that won the Grand Slam this year. James Collan, the number 8, at the back of that pack. Scored a try against Young Munster a few weeks ago. It's a really solid scrum.
That's in a very awkward position for the 9 to get it out.
Patterson for Tarrant. His inside centre. Collan now. So difficult to stop. A huge clear out. Morrissey. Slow ball for UCD, and they've spent so much time in the Trinity 22, and they pick and go again, and they'll be comfortable to just keep going. Collan, David Ryan scores for UCD. What a start for the visitors. 9th try of the season. He's a try-scoring machine.
That was a well-worked try there by UCD. Again, just a lot of picking and going, a lot of hard yards, hard yakker, and converted.
Cosgrave converts, and what an amazing start for the visitors. 10 points up, only 6 wins
by Chris Cosgrave
this season
10, Trinity.
in the AAL. But there are no underdogs in a colours fixture. Ten points down, Trinity. O'Kennedy with the restart, and it's an awkward one. And Trinity have given away the penalty. It's a massive win for UCD, and a chance to get back into Trinity's half.
We are dropping in and out of picture there, folks. We do apologise. We're trying to sort it out a little bit here. We are back, but please bear with us. It's just one of those nights, and it's quite difficult.
Bobby Sheehan, Sean O'Brien, Patterson for Corkery and Collan. A number of carries, and Hennessy this time. Good hands by Riley, and then Cosgrave. Some good skill shown, but unfortunately going forward. But boy, they look dangerous, this UCD team, when they get going.
Yeah, it's, you know, look, you can't say that Trinity have had a nervy start. They just haven't had the ball. Trinity haven't had the ball in the opening minutes here, you know, so it'll be interesting to see if they can now get this scrum, win it back, and see what they can do. Just hold on to it for a little bit of time. Again, some more running repairs here on the Trinity side.
So much history between these two sides. First colours game dates back all the way to 1952, a game in which UCD won 13 points to 6. And fast forward to 2022, and it is the 68th fixture between these sides, with UCD winning 39 of them. It's a Trinity scrum, almost on halfway. O'Kennedy, that was a difficult pass for him to take. And Faria with the carry. McCormack, the number 8. O'Reilly for Coleman. He's tackled by David Ryan. And Tim Corkery. Connolly, the tight head prop. The pick and go through the centre by Francis, who's been in good form this season. Harry Sheridan. And Coleman again. It's good presentation by the number 6. Francis, tackled by Sean O'Brien. Lee O'Reilly for Miolo Kennedy. And good pass by O'Reilly and Gavin Jones and Faria. This is good hands. And Ronan Quinn, the little left winger, drops the pull.
Again, better play from Trinity there. Just looking to keep ball in hand, looking for some space to open up. Again, you know, you can see it. The intention is there. When they get it in the wide channels, they are trying to get in for Luis Ferrer's hands to really open him up and use his speed. He is lightning quick, absolutely lightning quick. And as we both know, speed most definitely kills.
UCD, well, against Carrion, they were absolutely electric. Dylan O'Grady, their right winger, was in scintillating form that day, scoring a try and setting up another. James Tarrant, a little chip through the centre, and it's marshalled well by Trinity. And a chance to recover, but they are in their own half at the moment. Territory firmly with the visitors. And O'Reilly going on the short side, the vice captain, and scrum off. It's a very resolute UCD defence. And Louis O'Reilly looks to put a tester on Tarrant, who sends it back into the Trinity 22. Trinity look to exit. And Paddy Patterson, well fielded by the number 9. And it's a bit of kick tennis at the moment. And we're back on the 10-metre line with the UCD scrum.
Yeah, UCD with the line out there, and you talked about kick tennis. I'd say advantage UCD and that outcome for the kick tennis, again forcing the errant kick. Again, it'll be interesting to see. UCD have had some nice strike plays off first phase ball. Let's see what they have in hand here.
And up goes O'Brien. He's been good in the line out. Corkery, lovely ball to David Ryan, the try scorer. And it's a penalty to Trinity. That's what they needed, an opportunity to actually get into UCD's half and launch an attack.
Yeah, look, get touch here now. Time for cool heads. Get your line-out called on the way to it, and then let's regroup and see what they have off this.
O'Kennedy finds touch.
Again, interesting to note, he didn't look to go for too much distance there off the touch. He just wanted to make sure of it, which is most definitely a wise call where they are on the scoreboard.
And Mark Nicholson, well, they call him the Phil Taylor of College Park. And then he's got a big job here with the darts. It's a good take by Sheridan. And hitting the seam was Gavin Jones. And that is a pity for Trinity. He hit such a nice line there off that line out and just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, it was a great option, and there was definitely space there. Unfortunately, the ball just didn't go to hand. You know, it's been, you know, folks, you probably can't see it too much on the camera, but it has been raining quite a lot here in Dublin this evening. The ball is wet. The ground is still holding up very, very firm though, but it is a slippy pill out there tonight.
Paddy Patterson, Leinster and Munster capped. And he's under pressure by the vice-captain of Trinity in the form of Louis O'Reilly. So some messy ball for UCD. And Morrissey. And that's a beautifully looking caterpillar ruck. Patterson launches it. And Rob Russell, the Leinster cap player, scored a try in that Trinity Colours victory back in 2019. Trinity have a penalty for a high tackle. Evan Coyle, the guilty party.
Yeah, just caught with a slight seatbelt tackle there. A little bit unfortunate. Wasn't going high, but again, just one of those unfortunate seatbelts. The fans are in full voice here in College Park now. Their hydration is definitely on board, and they're starting to get a little bit more boisterous beside us.
So Nicholson getting the call from the gym rat, Bart Vermeulen.
We're just taking a stoppage in play here as Ringrose is just down getting some treatment.
An absolute beautiful turnout here. The rain, well, it virtually started about 2 hours ago, and for most of the fixture it actually hasn't been raining, but 2 hours before the fixture, Thomas, constant rain.
After
a beautiful week last week.
Exactly. We're standing here on scaffolding with a lot of electrical cables in bin liners and waterproof protection. So we're quite happy the rain has stopped for the moment. It's not one of our ideal commentary setups and filming setups, but you know what? Needs must.
Nicholson and the old man Beresford. Nicholson at the back, and it's looking impressive. There's Trinity more. They've got the free play as well, so it's a first real opportunity for the home side, looking to get back into this fixture. They've got the penalty, and it's decision time now for Miholo Kennedy, the Trinity captain.
Yeah, that's a great outcome. First trip into the UCD 22. They're not even thinking about posts here. They're looking to the corner. They're looking to use that maul again. You have to admire that, just going straight for the corner, no questions about it, not even entertaining the kick to the posts.
So Nicholson.
Straight away
really
Peel.
Good. It looks promising again from Trinity. Really imposing themselves on UCD at line-out time. And they're edging closer and closer. It's a free play as well. And UCD, even though they gave away a penalty, they'll be impressed with their defence.
Yeah, UCD are in dangerous territory here for a card. They need to be careful and watch themselves. Again, I'm sure you can pick up some of the language on the mics. We do apologise. We are quite close to some of the partisan fans here. Trinity go to the corner again.
Kennedy knocks it into touch. Their Rothing Moore has been so good this season. Trinity, and they're looking to strike. Beresford this time. And UCD have to be really careful here. Trinity score, back in the game. And it's Nicholson, the hooker, who gets his 5th try of the season.
Couple of absolutely fine mauls there by Trinity, and again just back in the line and back in the maul, not even thinking about the post to the corner every time. And again Nicholson showed great patience, stayed tight to the back, let the big boys in front guide him through and got the dot down. Again, great maul, well done to Nicholson.
So the skipper Nico Kennedy to add the extras for Trinity. And a really important score.
Great to see the hushed silence falling over the crowd here in College Park as well, showing respect to the kickers.
Tells you, ball struck by Nico Kennedy.
Mark Nicholson, converted by Leon O'Kennedy.
And again, if you needed
UCD 10.
If you needed any reassurance or reference to the try scorer there, I'm sure the PA guy was telling you loud and clear.
It's an absolute buzz around here at College Park. So James Tarrant, 10 points to 7. And Beresford couldn't gather, but it doesn't matter. Trinity have the scrum.
The crowd have sprung back into life here again in College Park with that score. And you can definitely tell it's most definitely a partisan Trinity crowd here tonight.
Two massive front rows, Thomas Connolly, Mark Nicholson, Bart Vermeulen, Evan Coyle, Bobby Sheehan, Chris Hennessy, and McCormack for O'Reilly. And Chris Cosgrave is well positioned, a dangerous fullback, but he thinks otherwise this time, and he doesn't overcook this one. It's an opportunity here. Paddy Patterson, will he have a crack? And Ronan Quinn, the left winger, will let that roll a little bit, but he'll have a crack. Sing Zhang, the little left winger.
Dangerous play there by the winger.
Trinity will feel the pressure now. 5 metres out. Louis O'Reilly. And finds a pressure reliever just ahead of the 22. One try apiece out here at College Park. UCD, the visitors, 10. Trinity, 7. And for most of the play, it's all been UCD. And just briefly, Trinity heading back through that Nicholson try. Paddy Patterson, Colan busting through. Beautiful play. It was Ringrose that time. And they've got the free play as well. UCD, Paddy Patterson with a quick tap. But he'll be pulled back by the referee, Porrick Reedy. And Bart Vermeulen is down. That'll be concerning. So Cosgrave will go for the kick shot here for 3 points. An attempt to drag the score out to 13 points to 7. And he should be able to do this one in his sleep. And considering UCD's season, in which in 1A they've won 6 out of 16 games, and also considering that, you know, they haven't won at College Park since 2016, they'll be delighted with this opening half.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing some fresh replacements here for Trinity coming on with a few minutes left in the first half. Giuseppe Coyne I can see is coming on. I can't see who's coming off, Justin. I think it is an injury to Vermeulen, it looks like. Yeah, that's Vermeulen off with an injury, unfortunately.
And for those of you who do not know, Bart Vermeulen, he is not South African. He is from Belgium. Not related to Dwayne Vermeulen.
And Cosgrave there with the kick successful, extending out the lead by 3 more points, which makes it 13 points to 7.
UCD 13, Trinity 7.
Big blow for Trinity, losing Bart Vermeulen. Such a soldier on the park.
Vermeulen's night might not be done. He's actually getting some treatment below us here. He may be coming back on.
O'Kennedy. And it's another tester. And a lovely turnover for Trinity, and there's danger right off the kickoff for UCD. But really good defense. Slowing the ball down. And an unorthodox kick. Ronan Quinn giving chase. Paddy Patterson had an awful amount of work to do there. And Trinity and UCD, well, they did meet earlier in the 1A season when Trinity won 31 points to 0. Giuseppe Coyne, the replacement prop, who's just come onto the field, actually scored a wonderful trial for chip and chase. Sheehan under pressure. And they need to get this line out right, and it's a turnover for Trinity. An opportunity as we approach half-time for Trinity to potentially take the lead through a converted try. Massive carry in centre field. So edging closer towards the try line. Nicholson this time. Coyne. The loose head prop. And a penalty for Trinity, and this could be trouble.
Yeah,
someone's going to the bin
here.
And it's James Tarrant, the inside centre, will leave the park. And how crucial will this be? It's just a decision time now for skipper Miolo Kennedy. 14 men on the field.
I don't know, I might go for the corner here, backing that line out. It's been incredibly dominant. They're not, and UCD are staying down as well because they're so worried about the maul, so they're pretty much guaranteed a catch. But I think they're actually going to take the kick here. Again, silly penalty to give away where you were. Probably a lapse in concentration.
Well, it is a gimme. These 3 points go up to 13 points to 10. And Trinity have done well to just get themselves back into the game. It was such a great start for UCD, going 10 points up. And Trinity have found a way to come back into this fixture nicely when they didn't see much of the ball in the beginning stages.
Yeah, and I'm just looking here, Justin.
Yellow card for UCD, James Tarrant.
There's still no T on for Trinity. Okay, now they've indicated the T will come on. So again, with the second half coming up here, Trinity just looking to narrow that deficit coming into half time.
Easy as you like.
As you
UCD
said,
13, Trinity 10.
Trinity College! Trinity 10, UCD 13.
as you said there, Justin, about as a gimme as you can get in front of the posts. Bread and butter for any kicker.
So Tim Corkery with the restart. O'Reilly, and that's been partially charged, and it's taken by Rob Russell, the right winger. Really good carry. What do Trinity have up their sleeves here? Looking to expose UCD. It's Ronan Quinn. Nicholson. O'Reilly, O'Kennedy, Gavin Jones with the dummy.
Oh, I think the referee has missed that knock on. No, he's picked it up now.
That's what a dummy can do to you, Thomas.
Yeah, I think he even fooled himself with that one. I know we joke, but again, it just goes to show it is a wet night here. It's a slippy ball. He did try to give the dummy, but he just lost control of himself. You know, that is how difficult conditions are out there. You can't really pick it up on the camera, but it is a very, very wet pitch. But it's firm. It's wet but firm.
So Paddy Patterson on number 9 to feed.
Last couple of minutes of the half here. Great opportunity for a starter play for UCD.
Patterson, Corkery, Cosgrave trying to beat the first defender, but gets a good offload to O'Grady, the right winger. Really physical out here at College Park. Patterson and Coyle, the tight head prop. David Ryan, that's good service from his scrum off. He's under pressure from Harry Sheridan. Sean O'Brien, it's another carry for the big number 6. Corkery looking for an opening. And Trinity get a much needed penalty. And they're doing some yeoman work at the breakdown. And here we go. That's really good play by Louis O'Reilly, the vice captain, and he's down in back play, and it looks like he might have picked up a serious injury.
We could possibly see another card here for that. It was a late hit after the kick.
And what's more concerning is if this is a serious injury or if it's just a stinger, but he looks in serious discomfort, the number 9 and vice captain.
Yeah, yellow card again for UCD. That was a no arm late hit on the scrum half after he had made the break. He's probably lucky it was only a yellow. On replay, if we had replay here today, he might be getting a different colour.
UCD, John Fish.
And Jonathan Fish, well, he's been sent to the bin in 2 consecutive weekends. He got sent off in the 4th minute against Gary Owen as well.
Yeah,
so
13,
he won't be happy.
13 men here, you've got
it's
to go to the
actually not
corner.
Jonathan Fish, it is Cian O'Reilly. So the speaker set not doing us justice there. They obviously don't know the difference between the black and white boots. Again. Jonathan Fish has a black scrum cap and black boots, and Cian Riley has a black scrum cap and white boots.
Justin, your memory as always absolutely amazes me. How you can remember all of these things. I can barely remember what I have for lunch, let alone what colour boots and scrum caps players are wearing. That just goes to show the work you put in during the week. All I do is charge a few cameras.
It was actually Keane Riley.
So Beresford, UCD trying to get in front for the first time in this fixture, and what a moment it will be just before half-time. A psychological booster, it's Coyne.
Trinity have a man wide open on the wing here if they choose to use him as well. He is absolutely unmarked. There's nobody within 20 metres of him.
Another pick and go. Happy to keep it at close quarters. And it'll really be a thing for UCD if they can survive this onslaught. Another try for Trinity. Superb work by the Trinity pack, keeping their composure, and all of a sudden, in a flash, they are back in front.
Yeah, great little sniping around the corner there, catching UCD players looking at the ruck. Just took it, take one step out to the left and then straighten up to go over. Nice little angled snipe off the back.
So Kennedy to make it 17 points to 13.
And I think looking at the clock, that might be the last play of the half as well.
O'Kennedy, wonderful kick, cold-blooded by O'Kennedy.
Alan Francis, converted by Michael O'Kennedy. Trinity leads 17-13.
Alan Francis with that try. And what a first half that was. UCD dominating the first 20 minutes or so, and then what a hit back by Trinity.
Yeah, great, absolutely great first half. You know, I was going to say, just leading up to that last try when UCD got turned over, I was incredibly impressed by UCD's rucking and how they were just always winning their own ball. It was very quick, very physical. Their ball placement was very, very good. And then that last ball, the turnover, which led to the pick and go, which led to the kick, and that secondary score. It's definitely going to be an uphill battle for the first 10 minutes of the second half for UCD. Down to 13 men. They're not going to be able to play too expansively. They're going to have to tighten everything up and really just not take any risks and just not give the ball to Trinity.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The big 40 minutes coming up next.
We're going to take a moment to just play some ads here from Trinity sponsors, who again we thank for their generous support. Without them, we couldn't be able to put this stream on tonight. Again, massive thank you to all of the sponsors here at Trinity today for their generous support. Without them, again, we couldn't be putting on streams like this. So, Justin, your thoughts as we approach the second half here? UCD, of course, starting with with one man in the bin. Sorry, two men in the bin, starting with 13. Probably 2 or 3 minutes between both yellow cards.
Yeah, I think Kevin Croke will be disappointed with the last 20 minutes for UCD. It started so positively, 10 points up. Trinity were outplayed in those opening 20 minutes, and you know we've just seen Trinity how good they have been this season, and in those final 20 minutes of that first half, really playing like they've played all season, with the incredible forward pack, putting the pressure on, and that's what happened with those 2 tries. So Kennedy gets the second half underway. The captain is taken by Colhan, the number 8. Patrick Patterson. And Max O'Reilly, he leaves it behind. And scrappy ball. Alan Francis, the try scorer, placing it back for Ria. And that was an unorthodox kick by the number 13 under heaps of pressure. And Trinity now all inside their own half. It's good to see Leo O'Reilly is okay after that hit, and there's space on the left here. And really good hands, Sheridan. And here's Quinny now, Ronan Quinn. The little left winger. It's taken by Patrick Patterson. David Ryan has to play at scrum off. Cherry Hill is on the park for UCD. It's Patterson. A contest the ball. And Ryan, what a take that is by the outside centre. Tim Corkery. Cosgrave. Chris Cosgrave to Ringrose around the outside. And he's brought to ground. And a nice carry by UCD. And they're looking to find an opening here. It's David Ryan once more. He's been really busy. Patterson looks right and then goes left. Lovely hands by David Ryan, and there's space, and Ringrose finds some distance, and it's hacked downtown by Trinity. And looking to play territory first, Rob Russell, the right winger. Cosgrave once more looking for an opening, and here's O'Grady.
O'Grady just swallowed up by that Trinity D, but Trinity giving away the penalty.
And you could just see the look in Paddy Patterson's face. No quick tap on there. He wants to get deep into the Trinity 22.
Yeah, you're in clock milking territory here for your UCD, right? Any 20-30 seconds you can take off that clock will buy you time and get the guys back on the park. It's also looking like Vermeulen, the Belgian, is looking to come back on here as well in front of us. Oh, no touch found.
Here goes Ronan Quinn, the pocket rocket of College Park. Coleman, he's been industrious. Gavin Jones. And this is very promising. Rob Russell, the right winger. And loose ball, it's fielded by Nicholson, almost busting away. Max O'Reilly is in trouble. That's a good hit by Evan Coyle. O'Reilly goes on the short side for Harry Sheridan. And yet another carry by Alan Francis. Louis O'Reilly, Mihal O'Kennedy, the captain. Cosgrave, silky skills by the fullback. And look at him go, setting off. It's brought down on halfway. That's one thing about this fixture, it's always physical. And Patterson, well spotted. Ronan Quinn, and this is where it can be very dangerous. A little tink over the top. Absolutely brilliant. And well covered by Chris Cosgrave. And he's found a lot of grass. Max O'Reilly, the fullback. And Patterson. No side wanting to make a silly error. It's Louis O'Reilly. And he's found a lot of space here. This could be big trouble. That is smart play by the vice captain.
Yeah, I think we saw a knock on there as well, just as was about to go to touch. I think it was Patterson there that was covering back across, had to go to the deck to try and get it. I thought it was going to be a 50-22, but Patterson was forced to try and make the decision there to get the ball and just knocked it on. Great restart position here for Trinity. And Vermeulen back onto the park.
So here come Trinity now, looking for try number 3, and it's looking really good. Nicholson at the back, looking for his second try in this fixture. Nicholson scores for Trinity, and they're really making a statement now, Dublin University.
Local fans have reacted with raptures there. A great take. I thought it was going to be a scrum. I thought it was a knock on, but referee obviously deemed it to be a line out, and a much better outcome for Trinity given the maul that they have. They were smiling probably when he said line out rather than knock on.
And it was a really exceptional play by the Trinity number 9, which led to that try. The little chip over the top found so much room. And then the wall executed more. And the full Taylor of College Park getting his second try in the fixture, and try number 6 as well of the season. The ex-Wicklow man.
Interesting here and there. That's 3 tries, Justin. So it's bonus point time here for Trinity. They're definitely going to be thinking it now. They've got practically 35 minutes to get another try and get that bonus point, which will be huge in league standings point of view.
Kennedy, always really kicking well tonight, the number 10 and skipper.
Converted by Mihal O'Kennedy. Trinity 24, UCD 13.
So 24 points to 13, and who would have expected this scoreline after the opening 20 minutes?
Yeah, and we've got the Trinity bench here screaming in front of us. Nicholson is getting some treatment after that score, so the kickoff's just going to have to wait a moment. I think UCD now should be back to 14 at this stage. Quick count.
And they brought on their big tight end prop replacement, Rory Maguire, who was a Grand Slam winner for Ireland under-20s.
Back to 15 by now.
And Trinity not far away in terms of the score from their 10th win of the season in the AIL, but there's still plenty of time to go.
Yeah,
And they need to keep their top 4 place alive.
We're ready to go here again as UCD gets set to kick us back off.
And for Muirland, the loose head prop. Look at him set off. Get out of the road. But what a steal that was. Inspirational from UCD. David Ryan, it's their chance to hit back here. It's Colhan, the number 8. Hill, Jerry Hill. UCD's chance to get back into the fixture. Morrissey. Patterson. And it'll really be on you at College Park if UCD can cash in. Patterson and the skip ball. Charging at the line, UCD looking for their second try of the fixture. And that's a massive moment for Trinity. Keeping patience and getting the scrum.
Yeah, interesting to see. They were close to the line there, but they hadn't opted to attack Trinity at the fringes. You know, everything was just runners off 9, hitting that kind of C gap just outside the ruck. You know, I would have maybe expected UCD to mix up the attack just a little bit there. But again, you know, it's a difficult position for Trinity to get out of here. You expect it's going to be a 0 ball back to 10 and just get up the line. And, you know, they don't want to be playing too much rugby down their own 22.
Just in terms of the other Division 1A fixtures this weekend, tomorrow it's Clontarf and Ballynahinch, Lansdowne and Tirranure. That's second versus third. UCC, Garryowen, and then Young Munster and Cork Constitution. So an absolute bolter of a penultimate round. And Trinity now with a chance to exit through their powerful scrum. And Kevin Jones. It's a really good carry from the inside centre. No, Kennedy looks to clear. Cosgrave for Corkery to the O'Grady, the right winger. And UCD have the penalty for diving over.
Yeah, referee didn't see the ball was out. Trinity saw the ball spurt out a little bit there and they thought they could just get on the ball. Unfortunately not, referee thought it was still in play.
A decent attempt to keep that ball infield, but what a kick that was from Tim Corkery.
It's going to be interesting to see here now if UCD choose to take Trinity on up front with a maul, or will they bring it out, and if they go to the backs, you've got to see them looking to get Cosgrave on this ball, running some sort of a snipe, or sorry, some sort of a slice, or some sort of target line. Again, they're setting the winger wide, which to me suggests they're looking to create a bit of room on the inside for Cosgrove, because by setting your winger so wide.
Here comes the rolling maul. And if they can cash in, yeah, this game will really still be alive for UCD. But for Muirland, as he got the turnover, and somehow UCD still have this ball and keeping it really close. And no need to panic for UCD. They just need to get on the board. And it's being held up. Wonderful defense by Trinity, keeping UCD out.
And what did I say a moment ago? They weren't attacking around the fringes. This time they started going around the fringes and they started to get purchase from it. That's what UCD have to start doing. They have to start mixing up their attack a little bit and force Trinity to start making some decisions in D.
James Tarrant, Paddy Patterson. A lovely little step from the number 9, Jerry Yule. It's a big collision. And the tackle by Faria. Jack Boyle's on the park, Ryan for Bobby Sheehan. And they're getting some momentum here, the visitors. Bart Vermeulen is over that ball. But they've still got it. Paddy Patterson, like a thief in the night. UCD are back in this fixture. What a score.
And that all came from the clean out of Vermeulen. Vermeulen went for the jackal. They cleaned him out very, very hard. Nobody filled in behind him and left an absolutely huge hole for Patterson. He started celebrating a little bit too early in my eyes. Get the ball down first, Paddy, then you can start celebrating. But again, a great score, and it all came from that clean out of Vermeulen, who went for the jackal.
Paddy Patterson scores his 6th try of the season. Cosgrave adds the extras, and it's game on. Tom?
Yeah, we have it. 24-20 ball game here.
Try scored by UCD, Paddy Patterson.
3 tries to 2.
UCD 20, Trinity 24.
And the atmosphere has been absolutely electric around College Park.
What odds would you give me on a draw, Justin?
Highly possible. Looking at a converted try and maybe a penalty for that to happen. The last straw was back in 2004 in a colours fixture. And there was one in the ARL back in 2018, so not impossible. Harry Sheridan. The Ulsterman. On the short side goes Louis O'Reilly. Bart Vermeulen taking his time, and it might cost them here. It doesn't cost them because they get a penalty. And Vermeulen flirting with a tap and go.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have thanked him for that if he went. You've got to see Trinity are going to the corner, looking to get that Brucey bonus in early, get it done, use that maul. That has just been unstoppable for them tonight. Again, just to note, Justin, and we'll try and get the cameraman to swing around the camera. There is a huge crowd here in College Park, 6-7 deep at some points down the sideline. And again, that ball is going to be kicked right into where that crowd are, and they're all Trinity supporters.
Possible Nicholson hat-trick on the cards. They can
There's
get
one
the
for you in your
right.
stats now. When was the last hat-trick scored in a colours game, Justin? Have I stumped you?
I think you've stumped me there.
Answers on a postcard, please.
Has there been a hat-trick?
Very true.
Dylan Donnellan of Clontarf has scored a few hat-tricks, the hooker, this season.
Just got a text message there from a great rugby man in Wexford, Martin Fenlon, of course, who's going to be involved in the Schools Cup final this Sunday with Gonzaga. Another great game of rugby to look forward to on Sunday. Zaga against Blackrock in the Leinster Schools Cup final, and I'm sure we'll see half of both sides ending up in a colours game in a couple of years' time. Best of luck to both sides on Sunday, of course. So just some running repairs here to some of the Trinity players. Absolutely understandable given the tempo, pace that this game has been played at today.
It's actually Lee O'Reilly. He's lost his contacts. And what a storm of a game he's had today. Halfbacks of Trinity have been very impressive. just as far as draws go. Not that that will happen. In the 67 meetings between these sides before this game, in terms of colours fixtures, there's been 4 draws. The last one in 2004, and then you have to go back to 1989 at 6 points all, then in 1981, and all the way back in 1955, 3 years after this fixture commenced.
We're about to get restarted. We're about to get restarted here, Justin.
So Kennedy, it's a kick for the corner. And it's an opportunity now for Trinity to get some comfort. And it will be Nicholson to throw. Up goes Sheridan. And that's been well dismantled by UCD. But the job is not over, because they can expect an onslaught here. McCormack. Almost poached by UCD. Harry Sheridan. O'Reilly with the service. Throws a dummy, and they've got the free play as well. Looking for that 4th try, that bonus point 4th try.
And again, Vermeulen standing out, looking for the quick ball. We know this is going to go to the corner. I can't see a tap or anything else here. Can you?
Could go for goal. It's right in front. You know, Kennedy, so many points this season. I mean, so good with the boots as well. In these wet conditions. And incredible to think that Trinity have Aaron Egan on the bench, who has scored 81 points this season, including 5 tries. They've got a lot of depth. Harry Sheridan in picture there, the big number 4. Former Irish under-20 and 2021. He played in all 5 of those Six Nations games, and he scored 3 tries this season. 1 against Cork Con, 1 against Young Munster, and 1 against Clontarf from Ulster.
Justin, just something to note here. Again, you know, it is a cold night here in Dublin. It's been raining. That's two reasonably long stops in a row now. Players are going to start cramping up, getting a little, you know, they got to stay mobile. So it's going to be interesting to see what sort of effect this has on players in coming to the last 5 minutes of the game. You see a lot of players now starting to stretch and loosen out. I think we'll see another replacement here for Trinity.
It's McCormack, number 8.
Yeah, he's struggling to put weight on that leg.
And we hope he'll recover. And Jody Booth is coming onto the park. a second team captain.
And Trinity have indicated they are going for posts here, so they're looking to get the 4 first before they move for 5.
And McCormack leaving the park, getting a round of applause.
He's had a good game. He's caused a lot of trouble when he's been on ball, carried very, very strongly. And again, great line-out option for Trinity. That's something now for the last couple of minutes. They're losing one of their number 1 line-out options.
Oh, Kennedy. And it was always going to go over, so it is Trinity 27, UCD 20.
Trinity 27!
A 7-point ball game. And as it stands, UCD will have to score twice. And that's the Falcon, Rory Maguire. The Grand Slam winner. Didn't see that one coming.
No, but he's taking it like a champ. Didn't even flinch.
Now, looked like an orange pip hit his head. Jody Booth. And that's a great take by Colin. The Irish under 20. And here's Jack Boyle. Another Irish under 20. Tarrant with the dummy. Patterson, and that is a beast of a carry by Jack Boyle. Patterson, he needs support. And it's Boyle again. The power of a Rhino. UCD converted try will make it 27 points to all. There's space on the left, but not enough. As Trinity do well to scramble across.
I must admit I've been very impressed by Jack Boyle since he's come on. He hits that line with absolute pace, and it's a bowling ball running at you when he's hitting those lines. Of course, Boyle out of St. Michael's and the great rugby nursery that is Old Wesley.
Oh, Jack Boyle, he played 330 minutes for the Irish under 20 side in the Six Nations.
Huge
scoring
campaign.
a try as well. So
yeah, and I think we see another sub here coming on. Nicholson's coming off, and we've got a sub hooker coming on. Nicholson's had a great game. His darts have been excellent, controlling the ball, very patient for a young player. His patience at the back of a maul is very, very good.
That's why they call him the Phil Taylor of College Park. He's been replaced by Ben Knoll, the South African, who played his rugby at school for Diocesan College, affectionately known as Bishops.
Would that be near your parish?
It is indeed. The actual my rivals. I went to Rondebosch, 100 metres down the road. So, Trinity, some dog work to do here. And that's high into the night sky. Really good kick.
Yeah, massive amount of height on that. There was snow on the ball when it came back down. Not a lot of distance. UCD here with the line out. Shortened numbers.
And up goes Jerry Yell. And some creativity coming up here, but Trinity read it well. Good hands. Tarrant doesn't find Colan. And Richie Fahey.
little bit of creativity there, as you said, from UCD. I'm not sure about that line-out option that far out, but again, really, really good lines being run off the slower ball.
And Luke Maloney is on the park for UCD. And he can be very dangerous as well.
Good body height at the scrum by both sides.
Paddy Patterson, Maloney, and this is really good now. O'Grady gaining some meters. The right winger, Colhan. Maguire, Patterson, Tarrant. And they're really starting to get their big runners in this game. And Trinity will have to be resolute here. Patterson for Hill. Colhan.
Turnover.
And there's the turnover. Trinity surviving once again. And they really just back their defense. And that's got to be frustrating for UCD. Doing everything right, getting over that advantage line.
Again, just a good chop there by Trinity. One going in low, the other going in high on the ball and managing to dislodge it. I know our clock on screen says 70, but it's been running continuously. We probably have about 15 minutes left here, and it's a one-score game here in College Park. Again, some more stoppages from running with players. Look, it's been a hugely physical contest. You know, we're going to see a lot of players cramping up now in the last 10-15 minutes here today. But the game is far from over. It's only a 7-point lead for Trinity.
So Louis O'Reilly to feed. And here comes that massive UCD shove, but Trinity get the penalty, and that's a big sigh of relief for Trinity.
Yeah, they were boring in there, I believe is what the referee is signaling for. It was a great shunt by UCD, probably slightly mistimed.
Jack Boyle and Rory Maguire looking to impose themselves.
Yeah, as a forward myself, I'd feel slightly hard done by in that circumstance. I thought it was a good shunt, but again, just probably slightly mistimed. Just be very, very careful when you time a shunt like that.
So Ben Knoll to throw. And up goes Beresford. The Flying Scotsman. And that Trinity Maul is looking very impressive. Ben Knoll at the back. We've got a lot of meters out of this one. Bart Vermeulen, the gym addict, hasn't stopped. And Trinity also have space on the left. Jody Booth crashes it up. Aaron Coleman, Louis O'Reilly, O'Kennedy, Max O'Reilly, Ronan Quinn beats one. A really difficult customer to bring down. Harry Sheridan. Louis O'Reilly, Miko Kennedy. Good hands in centre field. But also really good defence by UCD. And for Mullen once more, he's had an absolute cracker. The loose head prop. Space on the left for Ronan Quinn. Back on the inside. Incredible stuff. This is absolutely magic. Louis O'Reilly, the number 9, scores. Absolute scenes at College Park.
You can see what it means to the Trinity supporters here, that try. But again, great support on the inside, great break on the outside. Really wonderful try by the backs there for Trinity. Good hands, good awareness where the support was, not forcing a pass, great play.
What about the hands? Rob Russell, Luis Faria, Ronan Quinn didn't have much room to work with, but he's dangerous in those outside channels. A splendid score, and the 4th try, bonus points. And O'Kennedy. And he adds the extras.
Try scored for Trinity by Louis O'Reilly and converted by Leon O'Kennedy. UCD 20, Trinity 34.
And it might be too much of a mountain to climb for UCD now. 14 points behind.
I was just about to say, Justin, that hill just got an awful lot steeper for UCD with that score. The Belfield side have a huge mountain to climb here now. We might, you know, I'm just trying to think, if I was Tony Smith, what would I do here now? Would I just kick the corners and just keep turning UCD back? Or would I let the lads play? It's a colours game. Let them play, let them show a bit of creativity, a bit of personality.
Cormac King has replaced the vice captain, Louis O'Reilly. And first up for Cormac King, the put in at scrum time on the halfway line. Max O'Reilly. Coleman, good hands by Faria, and Ronan Quinn. He's really starting to light up the little left winger, and he's still going. Eking out every single metre. Cormac King, Miko Kennedy, to Ben Knoll. And that is a ferocious carry up the centre of College Park. 34 points to 20. And they're looking for their 5th try of the fixture, Trinity. Cormac King, the little number 9. And UCD not giving up. That's a massive tackle. Miko Kennedy, Max O'Reilly, who's really started to feature in the second half. Here's Robert Russell. Really good stepping from the right winger. Bot for Mullen. Cormac King, skip ball to Aaron Coleman. And here's Connolly. And he drops the bucket.
Yeah, again, great attacking play there by Trinity. Just you could see in the first couple of phases when they were running hard, they've almost grown a couple of inches since that last score. Confidence levels are up here. They know the game is probably out of sight for UCD, and now it's just about having a bit of fun and running that ball for them. Probably about 6 or 7 minutes left here, I reckon. Again, the clock is a little bit ahead on screen because we haven't been able to stop it during the game. We'll have to have words with our production crew, Justin. We're not used to these standards, of course. You're normally used to doing it in a very plush, velour-filled box down in Lansdowne, of course. Heaters and cups of tea brought to you and whatnot. Probably a plate of chocolate hobnobs ready for you every time you walk in.
Paddy Patterson, Terrence. So what can UCD do here? It's looking good. O'Grady and Cosgrave. And they've got the free play as well. Not long to go out here at College Park. UCD would have to pull something just short of a miracle here.
They're going to still keep pushing to the very, very end here. Look, this is a colours game after all.
UCD just managing to tap it back. It's Tarrant. Colhan. Suspended carry. Patterson. Boyle again. The power of a Rhino. Patterson. Tarrant. Lovely border. Cosgrave. And he loses it forward. And this is where Trinity thrive. From broken play. And they've got plenty of numbers on the left. Coleman hasn't stopped carrying. There's an overlap on the left. Here we go. It's Ronan Quinn who sparked that fourth try. And Pennell, the South African. O'Kennedy. And Luis Faria. It's gone forward, and David Ryan has scored the opening try of the fixture. There's space on the left here, but they just can't hang on.
And
there's a yellow card, yeah.
Yellow card here. Slapping the ball down, I believe, is what that was for. But look, fair play to both sides here. Only a couple of minutes left and nobody's given up. Both sides are still going at it, absolutely hammer and tongs, trying to run the ball from anywhere. This is what college rugby is all about. That's why these guys, I'd say maybe, 1,500 people, 2,000 people in here tonight have come in to watch. Great to see. So as we approach the final couple of minutes of the game, UCD with a line out in the Trinity 22. Trinity, of course, down to 14 men for the remainder of this game.
And that's an overthrow. And Trinity breaking through. Bart Vermeulen, one of the standout players in this fixture. Cormac King. It's a good recovery by the number 9, but UCD get the penalty.
Definitely miscommunication on that last overthrow there. We didn't even see a lift at the tail, so I don't think the hooker and the line-out leader got their calls quite right. Great kick back down into the corner for UCD. They're going to get a second bite of the cherry here. And to the young gentleman who keeps offering me a can of Pratsky below me here, I'm okay, thank you.
And UCD, that's a good take. And here comes that Rothing Moore, trying to give Trinity a taste of their own medicine. Agonisingly close here. The visitors been in the 22 plenty of times, but they just haven't got the purchase.
Not quite there yet.
And there's the try.
Now it's a try.
Porrick Reedy awards the try. And that's a great reward for UCD, never giving up. And Bobby Sheehan scores. Bobby Sheehan's 5th try of the season.
What do you reckon, Justin? Might that be the last play of the game, maybe?
Well, if this goes over and there's still play left, there might be a draw. But this might be the final. Few seconds. Cosgrave slots it. And what a kick that was. This game is not over, Tom.
Game on, Justin, game on.
Converted. UCD 27, Trinity 34.
The last straw back in November of 2004, 20-all at Donnybrook. But that will take a converted try for UCD. Bobby Sheehan. And they're going to have to go from their own 22. It's definitely possible with this weaponry that they have.
With offloads like that, I get a sense we're very much last play of the game by the referee here. UCD are going to have to go the distance.
And that could have worked out, you know. There's a very nervous ball for Trinity. And if there was a different bounce than that, anything could have happened.
I think a slight bit of hesitation from the winger there, just wanting to judge the bounce. You know, possibly throw the boot on it. Look to move it infield and then put the chase on. But look, hey, we're standing up here with 2 microphones. We're not out there. Game is still on. Trinity with the restart scrum. Of course, ahead by a score. 4 tries to 3. Justin, we're going to have to start thinking about our man of the match here. I think, you know, for UCD, you've got Cosgrove, of course, has been very, very good. I think Paddy Patterson has also played very, very well at scrum half for them. He's marshalled the game very, very well. You know, for Trinity, you know, Luis Ferra on the wing, very, very good. Rory Quinn's really started coming into the game very, very well. Vermeulen, you know, has carried an awful lot of good ball. But yeah, I think that they would be my thoughts. But of course, you are the man of the match decider tonight.
Well, there is still a final scrum to go, but as it stands, you would have to think Mark Nicholson, 2 tries in this fixture.
Yeah, I don't think you could argue too much with that decision, Justin.
Bart Vermeulen. And UCD have a penalty, and they tap and go. And there's another penalty in Trinity. You have to be very careful.
There's going to be a card for that.
A player going to the bin. And there's actually a massive opportunity, Tom.
Well, this is huge. Trinity are now down to 13. They're going to get the line out here, UCD. This is a very interesting last play of the game. Trinity frantically trying to re-scramble their bench to get a 9 on. Aaron Coleman, of course, going to have to make way so Trinity can get a 9 back onto the park to marshal the D.
Another player who's been really exceptional in this game has been the skipper of Trinity, Nico Kennedy. Tremendous game management. And UCD gather. They have a chance here. They really do. Ringrose. 50 metres out. Culhan, tackled by Vermeulen. And Ben Null. Good hands from Boyle, Ryan, Maloney, Cosgrave. Here he goes. And the pass goes into touch. And that is that. Dublin University win their 25th Colours Cup.
Full time here at College Park. UCD 27, Trinity 34.
And that is 3 on the bounce as well. 2018, 2019, and 2022.
Wow.
And what an absolutely incredible game that was, Tom. UCD really pitched up here today, especially in those opening 20 minutes. Trinity did well. They showed how well they've been playing this season, getting back into that game. And you think of just those 10-15 minutes into the second half where they really started putting UCD under pressure, also getting a bonus point win. But what a great fixture it was.
Yeah, look, that's what college rugby's all about, Justin. Just two teams, form book can go absolutely out the window for a colours game. Two teams wanting to have a crack at each other, run the ball, you know, take some risks, which we saw tonight. An absolutely wonderful game of rugby to watch on a Friday night. Anybody who was here in College Park got an absolute treat. And again, with the Colours Cup comes the Dudley Cup. So Trinity remain University Champions of Ireland and will retain the Irish University's Dudley Cup as well. It's been a great evening here in College Park. Justin, I know you're on duty tomorrow down in Old Belvedere. I'm back out in Donnybrook with Old Wesley. So again, anybody bored at home wanting to watch more rugby on YouTube, you know where you can find us. Your last thoughts for tonight, Justin?
I just thought it was an absolutely incredible spectacle for the club game. And, you know, the best thing is there's still so much good rugby to be played in the next month. The AIL final is a month away on a Sunday, I believe on the 1st of May. And you've still got 2 incredible rounds of rugby to go to decide that top 4. Trinity are still in the hunt. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens in that Young Munster Cork Constitution game tomorrow. 4th place versus 5th. You've got Tyranny of Lansdowne. And then also, you know, you got 1B, which there's so many good games. And you look at St. Mary's and Old Wesley. Old Wesley have won 15 out of 16. They're way ahead out on top, just like Clontarf are in 1A. But you know what? Momentum's also crucial, and they won't want to slip up against St. Mary's. Thoughts your side, Tom?
Yeah, well, look, I think from seeing it tonight, Trinity will be in the mix come the last 4. And they're going to be a dangerous side for anybody to take on in the final. Look, they didn't play their best rugby of the year out there tonight, right? It was a colours game. There's pressure in that. There's pressure in trying to get into the last 4. But they're a team that has an awful lot more to play and an awful lot more rugby left in them. I definitely think come the last 4 of this league, they will definitely be in the mix. My heart goes out to UCD, you can see there. You know, again, they played some really, really good rugby today. Just that line out was the main difference, I think, between both sides. An incredible maul by Trinity. UCD just didn't have the answer for it, and again we were treated a wonderful try for the bonus point try for Trinity. Great evenings rugby, happy to be here. For those of you who joined us at home, thanks for joining us. Stay safe, and we will see you again soon.